Monday has rolled around again, which means it's heavy squat, heavy bench day again today. Working up to 232.5 for a single. Squats have not been feeling good the last few days. I did squats on Thursday and I felt a little bit of a pull in my IT band, which is a sort of recurring injury, so hopefully it's not going to affect today. But yeah, last heavy week of training, then tapering, then competing. Not long now.
Take it out. Here we are now, man. Easy, Rick. Come on, man. Big breath. Here we are. Here we are. Line up. Let's go. Line up. Line up. Line up. There we are. Cheers, boys. Keep going.
So that's squats done. I didn't die, but I did get a little bit of pain in my left side, sort of where my IT band was, but luckily I got through all of the working sets as well. So yeah, only about 25% through this session. Benching now 147.5 for a single, then back down sets, then pull-ups, then a load of accessory works. And then later I am going to be going to my chiropractor for sort of MOT on my back, just to make sure everything is in order. And I am going to chat to her about my leg, and hopefully she can sort of have a look at that and see if there is anything really wrong with it, and then hopefully fix it.
Do this, bro. Come on in, buddy. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Go back. Come on in. Take it look easy. Let's go. Press. Take it look easy. Good man.
Alright then, time to get my back cracked. And I'm back from the chiropractor. So, apparently my little injury in the side of my leg is actually an inflamed bursa, whatever that means. So, basically it's not any sort of pull, it's just an inflammation of the bursa, which kind of protects the IT band and the greater trochanter of my femur. So, basically what I need to do there is just rest it, and ice it. So obviously I won't be able to rest it because I'm training, but as long as I keep on top of the inflammation by taking anti-inflammatories and icing it, it should all be good. So just having my dinner now, just got some lamb steaks on with some pasta, because obviously I got back quite late from the chiropractor. So yeah, gonna have that, go to bed, rest up, and hopefully feel nice and refreshed for tomorrow, because tomorrow is deadlifts and bench.
The next day.
So 24 hours have passed. I've done my second training session of the week, bench and deadlifts. So deadlifts, luckily, didn't cause too much irritation to the trochanteric bursa, which is what it's now being referred to as. So obviously I went to the chiropractor yesterday and she diagnosed, or she believed that the problem was probably an inflamed bursa in my greater trochanter, which is the bursa on top of my femur. But having spoken to my mate Aaron, who is a physio, knows a lot about these things, he said that that can often get misdiagnosed, and sometimes it is actually just a glute med tendinopathy, which still isn't great, which is basically the tendon which attaches your glute med to your ITB. So I have had that before, and I had a suspicion that's what it was, just from sort of the location that it felt, but also the trochanter bursa does also make sense because it is right on the bony prominence of my hip, so it could be either or. But what he's basically said is what I should do, or more specifically what I shouldn't do, in both scenarios, is not massage it, don't foam roll it, and don't stretch it. So don't want to put in any sort of compression on it because that's just going to irritate it further. So it's good to know, even though I am 12 days out from competition, not to do that. So at least I can sort of micromanage it. I mean, I'm never going to get rid of the irritation because of the amount of load that I'm currently putting through my hip, but at least I know what I shouldn't be doing, and by that way, a slight bit of irritation should dissipate before the competition. So yeah, at least I know this information now, and I'm not continuing to sort of irritate it. So obviously after the comp I'm going to be looking to rehab this properly, so I'm going to look into seriously pinning down what the injury is and the correct rehab on it. I mean, there's been lots of clinical based trials which suggest there's different ways to approach this, and I think there's fairly new literature on this. This is also what Aaron sent to me, so I need to properly look through the clinical based trial because it is like 17 pages long and it's quite a laborious read. But basically there's different routes. So there's like taking injections, like cortisone injections, to get rid of the pain. There's also corrective loading, or there's just completely leaving it alone and resting it. So I'm going to properly look at the literature, see what is the best option, and go down that route. Anyway, this has been a little bit of a rambly video just talking about my injuries, but rest assured we will still be competing. I'm still looking forward to it despite little setbacks like this, but it comes with the territory. Obviously, if you're going to be training really hard, inevitably you're going to get hurt. So I'm going to sign out the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please leave it a thumbs up if you have, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.